guys, it's the Devil's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at some more W keying tips from one of the best W keyers of all time, and that is Liquid Mitr0. But before I get into this analysis, guys, if you would please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, we're nearly at 400, and if you would turn on post notifications, I'd really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, the first clip we're going to be taking a look at is again from this 19 kill game from an Arena Champs game where he's at 17,000 points. We're just going to be taking a look at a couple of clips from this high kill W keying game. But the first clip is going to be actually a good sign of patience, and we're just going to take a look at some of the things that he does so well in this clip. He does a 200 IQ attempt at a boogie bomb. So notice how he's double boxed here for some extra space. He sees his opponent here. Now, a good opponent realizes that he's in the cone, so he shoots, but he's baiting it. Notice how he ducks back here, waiting for his opponent to shoot so he can't get hit. And then he immediately chucks a boogie bomb. It doesn't connect, but that attempt was insane. He gets a huge crack here, and then notice, it's pretty much go time with an LMG, right? He knows his opponent's white. He gets the piece control on the back. His opponent shocks waves out. Goes for the shotgun, and this guy is pretty much screwed. That's a GG's. But I just want to talk about Mitr0 is known for being insanely high pressure, just W key in your face, but sometimes it's good to have some patience and outplay your opponent, and he does that right there. Notice he was in a double box for huge amounts of space. If his opponent tried to take any walls so he could edit, that it was really big when the charged shotgun meta. Now with pumps, it's not as big of a deal, but it's still always good because it allows you to get a multitude of angles. And then with the boogie bomb play, the most strong thing in competitive, because it's essentially a free kill if you get it up and close in that scenario. And he was safe about that cone peeking. Cone peeking is always a good technique to catch your opponents off guard, but he basically used the cone peek as a bait to get some shots and open up so he could get that boogie bomb. It was really 200 IQ and good stuff from Mitr0. Next clip up is going to be showing another crash pad exploit, as well as just continuing pressure, along with some classic Mitr0 pre-firing. So he has his opponent here, boom, pre-fires, reads his opponent, gets a decent little tag. Now notice he's on the edge of storm, and so things for him, this fight is actually extremely long and frustrating, and if you were to actually watch the video, you would hear him complain about how he's getting held in zone with a guy with max fishes and calls him cringe. It's actually funny. But he gets into this build battle with this opponent, and notice again, reading his opponent, another pre-fire, and he attempts to get high ground, but ends up falling here, taking a bit of fall damage. And Mitr0's frustration is, you're holding me with max fish. It's so cringe. And he uses the boat to kind of get away, but this fight takes a significant amount of time, and his opponent pushes him. And notice how, again, he plays a little bit more patient here. This is very methodical for Mitr0. I love it. So a nice little jump peek, and then crack shield for 105, and then it's go time. It's pressure, it's pressure, it's pressure, it's pressure. So he's just trying to build battle, and he knows that he has to kill this opponent quick, because for some reason he does know he has max fishes. That's a beautiful cone, by the way, to stop his opponent's progress. Gets the piece control here, unfortunately just a little bit too late, but everything is good thus far, just applying a pressure. Look, crosshair placement to a pre-fire in case his opponent makes an edit. Jumps out of that sticky situation. He goes to the side. But with zone coming in, he can't take it too long because it is a 2-tick. But he knows if he gets this kill, he'll be okay. He saw his opponent have fishes because he calms. You're holding the max fishes, and he's correct. You're going to see. But eventually, he just does this. He's like, okay, I need to get in. And then does the famous Mitr0 crash point exploit for a nice 220. And it's a GG's. And look, he gets rewarded with 3 floppers, which is going to allow him to survive and continue on this W keying stretch. But the main thing I just want to talk about is continuing the pressure. He was so methodical. He was very patient. He didn't force anything. He basically let his opponent, his opponent was on high ground for most of that, and he was just continuing to get cracks as the opponent made edits and pre-fires. So just good patience and good awareness, again, game sense that, hey, I need to get this kill. He's got floppers, and we're on edge zone. I need to get to zone. So really good stuff from Mitr0. Good patience and good use of the crash pad exploit. This clip I'm just going to show you because it is an absolutely insane shot, and it's just very Mitr0-esque with pre-fire, but it is crazy. So he's in a little 1-by-1. He has an opponent above him. He jumps up and 220s this opponent, and notice how he just stands still. He can't even believe it. He was probably taking time to clip it. It was just insane. It's just something I just wanted to show a little bit. Talk about it again. Just reading your opponent. He realizes his opponent is going to open up. He immediately jumps, pre-fires him, and hits an insane 220 shot from low ground. And again, very non-Mitr0-esque. Usually when we've reviewed Mitr0, he's the one on walls. He's the one super pressuring opponents, but thus far from what I'm showing, he's just being very methodical in his defense and taking advantage of opponents' mistakes. And a huge shot. That shot was nuts. I watched it multiple times, but good stuff from Mitr0 in that clip. All right, another clip, I'm going to be talking about how cone peeking is a excellent way to catch your opponent off guard and get an easy elimination. So notice how he's sitting here cone peeking. He hears an opponent nearby, and he gets a nice crack, and then it's immediate piece control right here, boom, in his box. The opponent can't build there because it's already pre-edited, and it's a GG's. But I just want to illustrate the fact of cone peeking sometimes is extremely good, especially if your opponent does not know you're there, especially if you have a spaz. It's usually at least a 300 plus crack and allows you to get that kill. Really good stuff from Mitr0. Again, I've talked about cone peeking even 2 seasons ago when I was talking about solo FNCS tips. That is something that you still need to be doing in the right situations, especially with a spaz back being in the game. This clip is again going to show why piece control is your best friend in regard to ending fights fast. So he sees or hears an opponent, he sees this opponent, he gets a preemptive wall, notice his opponent's a little bit scuffed, and immediately places those back to walls of piece control. His opponent makes the ramp flip edit and misses, and then I don't know what he's doing, but I'm just showing you he doesn't end that fight as fast if he doesn't get that extra piece control. His opponent was obviously not very good or not very prepared for that particular fight, but he just takes advantage of his opponent's mistakes, and that's more Mitr0-esque, causing a lot of pressure and uncomfortableness in the opponents. And notice how he's panicking, building a wall, and then editing it, and then placing an extra build on the side when Mitr0's right in front of him. But those 2 walls allows his opponent to just have to stay there in that box and kind of have to take that 50-50, with him only having one escape route, and that is to the side where he eventually tried to go. But he ends up shooting out his own ramp, and things get really scuffed. So good stuff from Mitr0, establishing that piece control and ending that fight extremely fast. The final clip I'm going to be showing you from Mitr0 is a little clip from the end game where he ends up just absolutely beaming and then ending the fight fast due to cone sliding. Cone sliding is your absolute best friend if you want to end fights fast, because it pretty much turns things into a 50-50. It also shows a good understanding of tracking his opponent, knowing where he's going. So he sees this opponent building up and out, he's pressuring, doesn't get any tags initially. Reloads his car, he knows he's on high ground, he's pretty much going to win this game very easily based on his loadout. Gets a kill right there, but that's not what I'm talking about. He notices his opponent, he fries him and knows where his opponent's going to continue to go, so then he just places a little cone, and his opponent's trying to build a ramp or a full box, but just reading his opponent, knowing that where he's going to go, and then he just places that cone slide. So the opponent has literally no way to protect himself after getting fried, and with a gold spaz, it's 110 to the body, and you fried off shield, so you're guaranteed just a little 1 tap to the body, and Mitr0 just takes advantage of that, understanding my opponent's fried, I know where he's going to go, I'm going to place a cone as he tries to rebox here and finish up, and I'm going to drop a near 20 bomb in arena, and it is a GG's. Well guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications, and I hope that I'll see you in the next one. Peace.